Well, I think there were really three fundamental principles behind the growth of Wall Street. The first one, of course, is the obvious one, which is that English is the language of business globally. It's the language that binds everybody together, and therefore, you know, obviously people want to learn English because it can help them with their career and so forth. But there were other principles that were underlying the growth of Wall Street. The second one would be the whole process of globalization. The world's becoming a smaller place. People are being able to now communicate with each other, to travel to places that they couldn't have done in many years previously. And that's accelerated, really, the impact of the first principle of English being the language of world business. And then the third principle, really, that sort of underlay it all was the impact of technology. When Pecci created Wall Street 40 years ago, he did it using the method of blended learning, which he'd employed in a previous business, which was computer training. So the impact of technology, along with the impact of globalization and the fact that English is the language of global business, these were really the key principles that fueled the growth of Wall Street back in 1972. I mean, obviously English is becoming even more important as a global language. The huge development that we've seen in countries like China, Russia, these guys, they're all using English to help them access the rest of the world, because English is the language of global business. So the more that the world gets closer to each other, the more it continues its globalization trend, then the more that English is going to get dispersed. So for Wall Street, the whole principle of English being the global language, the whole principle of globalization are just accelerating at this moment in time. And of course, we've all witnessed what technology is doing for all industries around the world. And of course, our industry is benefiting particularly from that, giving students much more convenience, choice, flexibility in how, when, where they want to study. So I think all these principles are absolutely relevant. And if anything now, even more so, the impact of technology, the huge expansion of globalization, and the fact that people are now much more interconnected, people feel the need to be connected more, social media, etc. I think all of these are coming together, and I think the principles that supported the growth of Wall Street 40 years ago are even more important today.